now. Bugatti, you don't want to sell me fucking parts, huh? Bugatti, you don't want to sell me parts. Okay, no problem.
You do not say no to a blank check. Alex Gonzalez just did. Twice. A wrecked Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport, rebuilt from a garbage can and pure stubbornness, just became one of the most fought-over hypercars on the internet. And the man who put it back together does not even own it. Stick around because this story is about to get a lot more expensive. Let's rewind because you need the full picture to understand why this offer is such a big deal. In late 2025, a Florida-based Forex trader and influencer named Alex Gonzalez, known online as FXAlexG, was already infamous in car circles. He owned a custom pink Bugatti Chiron and a Chiron Pur Sport, one of only 60 ever built. Then came the stunt that started everything. He filmed himself standing on the carbon fiber rear wing of the Pur Sport, and predictably, it cracked. That was expensive, but it was nothing compared to what happened next. Not long after, the same car was involved in a low-speed collision with a small Japanese pickup truck. The impact looked minor from the outside. Bumper, grille, headlights, hood, and fenders took the hit. But this is a Bugatti, and nothing about a Bugatti is ever minor. Bugatti's own quote to repair the car came in at $1.7 million. Gonzalez refused to pay it. His insurer declared the car a total loss, and it went to a salvage auction on Copart, the same site where you might find a wrecked pickup truck or a flooded sedan, except this listing had a W16 engine attached to it. Here is where the story stops being a normal insurance claim and turns into a saga. Gonzalez did something almost nobody expected. He bought his own wrecked car back for around $1.6 million, roughly $1.9 million after fees. Think about that for a second. A car that new in good condition was worth close to $6 million. He was betting that he or someone he trusted could bring it back from the dead for a fraction of that number. But there was a catch, and it was a brutal one. Bugatti did not just refuse to help. The company blacklisted the car's identification number, cutting off official parts access to anyone, including third-party shops that might otherwise attempt the rebuild. In the ultra-exclusive world of hypercar ownership, that is closer to a corporate death sentence than a customer service dispute. So why would Bugatti do that to one of its own buyers? This is where the real controversy lives, and it says more about the hypercar industry than most spec sheet videos ever will. Bugatti's stated concern was safety and brand risk. If an independent shop rebuilds a car with this much power and this much speed, and something goes wrong later, the headline does not read "Independent Garage Makes Mistake." It reads "Bugatti Crash Injures Family." That is a brand nightmare no marketing budget can fix. But there is a second, less charitable read. Manufacturers like Bugatti do not just sell cars, they create scarcity. Every salvage rebuild that re-enters circulation is a used, cheaper alternative to the pristine, factory-blessed examples they would rather see in their customers' garages. Keeping the parts locked away is not only about safety, it is also about protecting resale value and keeping control of the narrative around a car that costs more than most houses. Enter Matt Armstrong, a British YouTuber who has built a career doing exactly the kind of work manufacturers wish would stay behind closed doors. Gonzalez asked Armstrong to fly to Miami and take on the impossible job. When Armstrong first saw the car in person, it looked worse than the photos suggested. The transmission had what looked like a hairline fracture that turned out to be a massive tear. Airbags were destroyed. All 10 of the Chiron's radiators needed attention. This is not an exaggeration for effect. The Chiron really does run 10 separate radiators because cooling an 8-liter quad turbo W16 engine is its own engineering discipline. With official parts off the table, Armstrong and his team improvised. They sourced compatible airbags from, of all things, an Audi A3. They custom-built radiators from scratch. At one point, Gonzalez publicly threatened to 3D print components himself if Bugatti did not budge, and gave the company a 24-hour ultimatum. That threat reportedly reached Bugatti chief executive Maître Remax directly, and shortly after, the car's blacklist status was reportedly lifted, with talks opening on a legitimate repair path. It is a rare, almost unheard of moment of a hypercar maker blinking first in a public standoff with an owner. Now here is the twist that turns this from a repair story into a full-blown drama. After roughly 2 years of work, carbon panels finally back in place, the rebuild was declared complete. And that is exactly when Matt Armstrong, the man who bled, welded, and problem-solved his way through this entire project, reportedly wanted to buy the car himself. Alex said no, not a hesitant no, a firm one. For Armstrong, the offer made total sense. He had poured more hours into this specific chassis than almost anyone alive. He understood every weld and every workaround. And there is a strong emotional pull toward finishing a project you nearly gave up on more than once. For Gonzalez, the answer was simpler. This was never just a car. It was the centerpiece of a very public comeback story, the vehicle that forced a hypercar manufacturer to reconsider its own policy. Selling it to the mechanic, however talented, would have closed the story on a strange note. Keeping it lets Gonzalez control what happens next. That refusal should have been the end of the negotiation. Instead, it reportedly triggered something bigger. Word of the finished, one of 60, previously blacklisted, now fully rebuilt Chiron Pur Sport spread through the small, insular world of serious hypercar collectors. And that is a world where a good story adds real dollar value. A car with provenance, drama, and a very public underdog narrative is not just a car anymore. It is a piece of automotive folklore. And folklore attracts money that spec sheets never do. Reports began circulating that a wealthy buyer, described as a billionaire collector, had entered the picture with an offer well beyond anything Gonzalez had been quoted before, reportedly pushing past the car's original clean market value of around $6 million. Whether that number holds up under scrutiny is almost beside the point. What matters is the pattern it reveals. In the collector car world, rarity used to be about production numbers. Now it is increasingly about narrative. A car that survived a public fight with its own manufacturer and came out the other side is arguably rarer than any factory-only special edition. So what actually happens from here? There are 3 realistic paths. First, Gonzalez holds the line completely, keeps the car, and turns it into a long-term content and brand asset, essentially the crown jewel of his collection and his personal legend. Second, the billionaire offer keeps climbing until it crosses a number that makes saying no financially irrational. And Gonzalez sells, but not to Armstrong, which could genuinely strain their working relationship. Third, and this is the version that would actually be the most interesting story, Gonzalez and Armstrong find a middle path, maybe a joint ownership arrangement, or Armstrong gets first right of refusal down the line. Given how publicly both men have handled this saga so far, expect the next chapter to happen on camera, because at this point, the story itself may be worth more than the car. Whatever happens next, this saga has already done something rare. It exposed how far a manufacturer will go to protect its own control over a product it technically no longer owns, and it proved that in 2026, a car's value is not just steel, carbon fiber, and horsepower. It is the story stitched into every panel. Alex Gonzalez said no to the man who rebuilt his Bugatti. Now a billionaire is trying to make him say yes to a completely different number. Subscribe to see who wins this standoff, because we will be covering every twist as it happens.